Hello, good afternoon to you. Thanks for stopping in and checking out the video. Today we're going to be going over some more rust, more than just the battery box. Today we're going to be diving into the cargo floor and seeing how bad the damage is there to kind of make a game plan to figure out what we're going to do to fix it.
Okay, so I was going to leave this as a later project, but the more I work on getting the rust out of the battery box, the more this kind of bugs me. So I'm going to start getting it all cleaned up and prepped, find out how bad the cargo floor really is and how much of it needs to be replaced. And then we'll cut it out and weld in a patch panel from our other van.
Alright, so we've gotten a lot of this all cleaned up, and I have to say the damage is actually worse than I initially thought. So let's get in here and take a look. Alright, so most of this section of the cargo floor is in pretty good shape. It's about from here over that we start to get into the nasty stuff. So, as you can see here, there is some perforation. You can definitely see my fingers back there. Definitely rusted through in multiple spots. Just in that section is actually in pretty good shape compared to what we're about to look at. So, something I have noticed is that the sill plate for the door is heavily corroded. So I'm going to have to figure out how to remove that. I'm assuming it's probably drilling out spot welds, but we'll see. As you can see, it really starts to get pretty corroded and pitted through here. It probably is going to end up needing to be replaced. Alright, so further over here, there is perforation pretty consistently along the seam here. Really bad through here. The damage tapers off after this. You start to move into it becoming much nicer. And as far as the damage goes that direction, it definitely extends past the frame rail. The frame rail starts about right here. I do have some holes in the body past that point. Right here you can see that's going to be near the center of the floor here. So there's still a lot of work to do cleaning up what we have here. It is hard to get the old rust converter treatment off. It is hard as a rock and does not like to come off with a wire brush. Alright, so I'm going to get back to wire brushing this, and then we'll vacuum it all out and get an even better picture of what we're looking at. Already it's looking like I'm going to have to replace a good section of the floor here in front of the slider door. And hopefully it's not too much further than that. Alright, so this is a part of the cargo floor that I've never actually spent a lot of time looking at. It's not as bad as the other side, but there's definitely some surface rust. I am worried that there is perforation. So let's go ahead and grind it all out since we're here. Alright, and here it is, all wire brushed. Most of this rust did end up just being surface rust, which was really nice. I was a little concerned that it was going to be as bad as in front of the slider door. There is a small amount of perforation right here, but other than that, the floor itself on that side of the frame is in pretty decent shape. That brings us back to the floor here in front of the slider door. Something that I need to figure out is how this plate is removed. It has a certain amount of rust damage to it, plus the cargo floor is sandwiched in between two pieces of metal, so I'd like to remove this so that I can get the entire cargo floor out from underneath there and then put back in place. Alright, we've definitely run into some more rust that we're going to have to chop out and replace. So in the next video, we'll be cutting out the rusted out section of this floor and getting ready to cut out its patch panel from our donor vehicle. Once that's completed, then we can move on to doing the bed liner on the seat pedestals. I think I'm going to go ahead and put the bed liner down on the cargo floor also to pretty much protect it from the elements once the rust is gone. So I hope you'll tune in on our next video. If you like the content, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.